Bu ne? Rosti.
There's many fried chicken all around the world,
Ah,
but I'm gonna
kralım.
take my two favorite, put them head to head, and see if there's truly the best version.
Ah! Dakan çok mu yapıyor kral?
So anytime we make anything, you know I care about getting the most out of everything we cook, right? But what about getting the most out of every dollar we spend? That's where today's
Hayır,
sponsor
A7
Capital One
yapmayacaksın diğer.
Shopping
Hayır.
comes in. If you think
Yasaklıyorum.
you're overpaying for anything,
A7 yapmanı
Capital One
yasaklıyorum.
Shopping can change that for free. And no, you don't have to worry about being a Capital One cardholder. So add Capital One Shopping to your browser, and it instantly searches for coupons that actually work. Automatically applies them. So go to the link in the description and get Capital One Shopping. Korean fried chicken versus American fried chicken. It almost seems like there's a fried chicken for just about every single place in the world. You got Japanese fried chicken, Korean fried chicken, American fried chicken, and then there's different kinds of fried chicken depending on where you go in America.
O American fried chicken değil. Ona Southern fried chicken diyelim. Çünkü Amerika'nın her yerine özgü değil o. Ama neyse Joshua,
What is the
affediyorum seni.
ideal fried chicken? Is there a better eating experience, a better flavor, crunch? So as you two go head to head, we'll give you the answer. That being said, let's make this, shall we? We got two avenues here, so we're gonna explore both at the same time. One of these chickens are marinated, and one of them is sort of dry cured. But either way, we'll get them wet to coat nicely in their dredge. Let's begin with our Korean fried chicken, also called yangnyeom chicken. How's my pronunciation? Can't wait to be eviscerated in the comments. Anyway, very simple. Start with 2 pounds or 900 grams of chicken pieces. You can go with wings, drumsticks, thighs, or a nice mix. To that, you'll add 1 tablespoon or 17 grams of grated ginger, 1 teaspoon or half a gram of fine ground black pepper, generous salt to taste, and just toss that bad boy together and let it sit for at least 5 minutes at room temp or covered in the fridge overnight. So this is essentially curing in a way. Now for the buttermilk fried chicken, you're gonna want the same exact amount of chicken added to a buttermilk marinade consisting of 2 cups or 475 milliliters of buttermilk, 1.5 teaspoons or 8 grams of optional MSG. Sorry to break your heart, but it's completely fine to eat. 1 tablespoon or 12 grams of kosher salt.
MSG kullanıyorsun, American diyorsun. Chinese olduk şu an.
Ground white pepper, 1 tablespoon or 12 grams of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon or 9 grams of smoked paprika, whisked together till combined and homogeneous. Add the same amount of chicken of choice. Make sure it's completely submerged. Let it sit at room temp for 5 minutes or in the fridge covered overnight. Now, here's our two chickens side by side. Already looking completely different, but equally beautiful. Now let's take a look at the two different kinds of dredge. For the Korean fried chicken, it's simply 1 cup or 165 grams of cornstarch, and a quarter teaspoon or half a gram of baking soda. Whisk it together.
Nişasta kullanırsın Kore
versiyonunda.
Onda un kullanacaksın. Şeyli un.
375 grams of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons or 2 grams of dried thyme, 1 tablespoon or 12 grams of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon or 3 grams of onion powder, 2 teaspoons or 5 grams of celery powder, which phonetically sounds terrible, 2 tablespoons or 18 grams of smoked paprika, 2 teaspoons or 10 grams and 2 tablespoons or 23 grams of kosher salt. Give that a whisk and that.
Şimdi o tuza çok tuz demeyin arkadaşlar. O sizin sofra tuzunuz değil. MSG sağlığa zararlı mı? Hayır. O sofra tuzu değil, kosher salt. Daha işte çok tuz başladılar.
Is your dredge. I know. Wow, oh, this other one has way too many ingredients. Look, that's the point. It's got a spice kick right in your goddamn drawers. Now, the Korean one seems light on flavor so far, or so you'd think. You see, the flavor for the Korean fried chicken is added after cooking with a sauce consisting of half a cup or 160 grams of gochujang, 6 tablespoons or 104 grams of ketchup, a quarter cup or 50 grams
gochujang'u şeyden alabilirsiniz, internetten bulabilirsiniz.
of soy sauce, 5 tablespoons or 160 grams of brown rice vinegar, a quarter cup or 60 grams of mirin, 6 tablespoons or 46 grams of palm sugar, or
Kore paste diyeceğim ona. Kore salçası diyeceğim. Kore paste.
Heat it over medium heat just until it begins to simmer. Then let that brother reduce for only 1 minute. Immediately cut off the heat and mix in 8 cloves of finely chopped garlic. Yes, 8 cloves. All the
8 diş sarımsak.
Is this enough for you, Karen? Because now you gotta commit to the bit. Jokes aside, please do not cut back on this garlic ratio. It's what makes it extra special. Okay, the time to fry has come. The frying process here are completely different, so pay close attention. For the Korean fried chicken, gently toss in the cornstarch mix and aggressively press the dredge into every nook and cranny till the wet spots are dry. Shake off the excess and place into fry oil that's been preheated to 325 Fahrenheit, and you'll probably want to do this in 2 to 3 batches, by the way. Let that bad boy fry for about 5 minutes or till cooked through and light golden. Immediately remove and drain on a wire rack. Fry the rest, and this is the secret here. Increase your oil temperature to 375 Fahrenheit and place your chicken back into the fryer for 1 to 2 minutes or until a beautiful golden brown, ultra wispy crispy, wafer-thin, crisp exterior emerges. You know, obviously the chicken should have been cooked
Double
through
fry
This is
yaptı.
just a crispifying process.
En azından
Now, pop that
double
into a
fry
bowl,
yapması
toss it with as
lazım.
much or as little sauce as you want, and make sure that that coats every square, microscopic inch of this chicken. Leaving these Korean-style wings bald will unlock a satanic portal into culinary doom from which you'll have to crawl with your bare hands and nails out of. So please, sauce them as directed. Now, the Southern American-style chicken is a little simpler. Add a tablespoon or two of your marinade to the seasoned dredge and toss together. This is the technique that will get you those nice thin flaky bits on the fry.
You know what I'm talking about.
Remove from your marinade, toss in your seasoned dredge, and again, press that dredge aggressively into the chicken so it's completely coated. Then in 2 to 3 batches, gently lay that chicken into a pot filled with at least 2 to 3 inches of fry oil that's been preheated to about 350 Fahrenheit and fry for 5.
Celal'cim SMA hastalarıyla ilgili hiçbir şey yapmıyorum kankam ya. Kusura bakma. O konuda kendime de eşime de bir söz verdim. Kendimce haklı sebeplerim var efendim.
5 to 7 minutes, or until you have a deep golden brown, flaky, crispy buttermilk fried chicken that, of course, has an internal temperature of 165 Fahrenheit. Probably should mention that the same rule of 165 internal temp applies to the legs as well, pal. Lest you want medium rare chicken. Now, place that on a wire rack to drain and simply repeat that frying process with all of your chicken. Now, it is the moment of truth. Just looking at these two, you can see how extremely different the breading is. And even then, they both look like exotic stones retrieved from 2 opposite corners of the world with their own secret story. And yes, the Korean style
Kore'yi
one
tercih
may be
ederim bu
sauced,
arada.
and the southern one is not. Is that going to make it?
Ya Southern'ı yaparsınız bu arada chat ya. Bu zor bir şey değil lan. Fahrenheit ne? Al işte. Al işte chatimizdeki sözelciler ve besyo öğrencileri. Gel de bu çocuğu anlat şimdi.
A difference? My gut, in a weird way, says no. But I think
Gel
an
de
even
bu
better
çocuğu
judge of
anlat.
that would be my tongue. Time for a taste test. Wow, we have 2 pieces of chicken. Let's get a smell test. So this one smells nostalgic to me because this is what my mom would make. This one spanks you a little bit. There's a little bit of spice to it. You get that first whiff and it's just kind of like...
Coşa salak bir orospu
So,
çocuğu.
got this beautiful
sen ya.
breading, and we're gonna do a sound test on that first. It's one of them things you just gotta pop it. Just
Aa
give it
ne,
all.
niye boşsan ne diyeyim size? Abstre. Ayıp
I was
ediyorsun
gonna
ha.
jump and throw my ass in the air. Texturally, the crunch, the juiciness of the skin. The salt levels are perfect. Jumping over to this, I suspect we're not gonna have as much of a crunch. Oh wow.
My
This is a hard
man.
choice.
Ya genelde kameramanı göstermezler ama Amerika'da bir stereotip var arkadaşlar. Fried chicken'ı siyahi abiler çok seviyorlar. Böyle bir stereotip var Amerika'da. Siyahilerle kızarmış şeyi, fried chicken'ı birleştiriyorlar.
I'm not sure if there's one that's better than the other.
Ben galiba siyahiyim. Evet, KFC and watermelon. Evet. Karpuzu da sadece siyahiler yiyor mesela Amerika'da. Hatta beyazlar böyle hiç karpuz marpuz almıyorlar. Niye amına koyayım? Nesi var karpuzun ya? Yani bir Diyarbakır karpuz için götümü verebilirim şu an ben.
In this. I normally lean towards Asian food in general. So do I go nostalgia or do I go current favorite? This one, it's sweet, it's sour, it's acidic, and it's got that peppery background note. If I were to pick a favorite right now, I don't think that I can. So I need someone to
Seç artık abi, seç.
Yeah!
Ya niye kameramanı çağırmıyorsun?
The breading is just nostalgic. Always surprises you a little bit. That's so good. It's a tough call because like if I went to a restaurant, hadn't had drumsticks in a while, wanted something different, I would go for the gochujang ones. But trying both, I would just want both bowls. Make both and find out yourself.
Thank you, Vikram, for nothing.
Yeah.
What I've learned is that it comes down to what you desire in that moment. These are completely different.
O an ne
There isn't
istediğine
one that's
göre
better
değişir
than the
diyor
other.
da.
I feel like I could eat 40 of these, but I feel like I could only eat 2 of these. Both styles of chicken, beautifully done.
Ha bak bundan 40 tane yerim de bundan en fazla 2 tane yerim diyor.
Find out.
Ne olur kameramana da yedirdiğinizi
Wanna
söyleyin
know what
ya.
else has big, juicy legs carved into my mind? B-roll.
Kore siker bu arada ya. Kore daha
That
keyifli
is
abi.
it. So we made our chicken, but first we have to give a massive thank you to our sponsor, Capital One Shopping.
Yeter artık, sponsorunu dinlemek istemiyorum. Ah! Abi çadır mı kurdun sen? Bize çadır fotoğrafı mı attın? Arkadaşlar adam bana çadırını atmış ya. Ya çadır değil, kumanda var orada. Bu bir çadır mı? Bu bir çadır olabilir mi? Çadır kurup atmış amına koyayım.
It's an incredibly easy way to save money for your browser. You got a good time. Obviously, buttermilk flaky texture and eating. I feel like all equal. When the learn something, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you.
Ay canım çok çekti şu an ya. Yapasım geldi. KFC yapasım geldi.
Set pompa. Jahrein.